Hello, my village, my kings and queens.
Hi, everyone.
There go my silly son. He went to say hi. He's like, can I say hi? I'm like, I haven't went live yet. But thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and say hi, wave, comment, so that I can know you're here with me. Don't notify me who I'm talking to until you guys actually wave or say hi or do a like or something. So I will appreciate that so I can know who's tuning in. Hey, Jeremy. So I see a few people in here, but I don't know who it is. So can you guys wave? Hey, Coach. You haven't even told me that you're here yet. Hey, Zakia. All my coaches tuning in today. Thank you guys. Oh, now it's telling me that Amber is on. That's so crazy. It was so delayed. I seen your like before I seen your name. I'm so excited. I love this topic, you guys. Y'all know this topic is going to be about Superwoman. It's going to be the unveiling of a Superwoman Syndrome. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about today. That's why I titled it The Unveiling. For those who don't know me, I am Coach Monique, but I go by Coach Mo. I am a parenting and business coach. I help parents co-parent with success to be able to coexist in their child's life. I also help female entrepreneurs identify their ideal clients, as well as help them create content, packages, and services to be able to generate income in their business. So I'm going to get to it. Thank you for tuning in once again. Basically, what is a superwoman? What is Superwoman Syndrome? So Superwoman Syndrome is women who attempt to perform perfectly or go overboard in one or multiple conflicting roles. I can admit that at some point, maybe now, I'm still a superwoman because I do a lot. Superwomen pretty much, their obligation is to present an image of strength. So you know how they always say, you're a strong woman and stuff like that. That's usually some of the symptoms of a superwoman. Their obligation is to suppress emotions. You know, especially African American women. I know women, period, but I notice in African American women, we're known for being strong Black women, stuff like that. So we can't show or appear to be weak or vulnerable. We always strong. We're everything for everyone. That's pretty much what Superwoman Syndrome is. They resist vulnerability or help from others. I know it's hard for me to accept help from others. I know I'm not the only one, but I don't like asking for help, even though I know I need it. But that's common in people that have the Superwoman Syndrome. Their motivation is to succeed against all odds. So you want to be better than your mom or shoot for all these extreme goals and accomplishments, stuff like that. You put others before yourself. I am a victim of that. Like, I do that all the time. But that's pretty much what Superwoman Syndrome is. And this came about long time ago in the 60s and back in the 60s. So it came about from the feminist movement. So y'all know, as females, it began in the 60s and 70s where we fought for legal rights for women. And in the 70s, we focused on sexuality, family, work, productive rights. So that's pretty much where that syndrome come in. Thanks, Joan. Thanks for joining. You guys don't forget to like and share the video. But women always fought for affirmative action for women, Women Educational Equality Act, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, Pregnancy Discrimination Act. All these things made women start to have this syndrome because we want to be equal. We want to be known for being strong like how men are. So that's where that syndrome started to come into play. So some people don't realize they have the Superwoman Syndrome. So what I'm going to do is give you some symptoms of the Superwoman Syndrome. So you burn out. That's number one. Accomplish so much but not happy. That was me. Sorry, you guys. Somebody outside driving crazy. But that used to be me. Go to school, get all these degrees, licenses, and stuff like that. And I'm still like, this is not what I want to do. My mom called me her super student because I would keep going back to school, go to grad school, go get another major, get another degree. Anxiety is a symptom of Superwoman Syndrome because you are a perfectionist. Being unhealthy because you're always doing everything for everybody else and you're not taking care of yourself. That is definitely a syndrome of Superwoman Syndrome. Another symptom is irritability. Because you're working so much, you most likely you're sleep deprived and you're very irritable. So irritability, unable to concentrate because you have so much going on, you can't even focus on one thing. Memory issues, I'm bad at that. I have to write down literally everything. My day is scheduled because I will not remember. You as a doctor, no, but I have a psychology degree and a background in psychology, so I study this type of stuff all the time, Joan. Mood swings. People think it's PMS, all that stuff. They label it, oh, the angry black woman. No, you're just a superwoman. You're just doing too much. You're not the angry black woman. You're moody, you're irritated, all that stuff because you're tired. You're not focusing on yourself. You're doing everything for everyone but you. Negative thoughts all the time. You know how you call people like the negative Nancy? That's part of one of the symptoms of Superwoman Syndrome. Emotional outbursts. Some of y'all know, especially moms, like you'll yell and be like, oh my gosh, like you're getting on my nerves, or get away from me. Like stuff like that are symptoms of you're just overworked. You're burnt out. Indecisiveness. You can't make a decision because you second guess yourself. Your mind is everywhere. You can't concentrate. You can't focus. Being able to make decisions is not going to be a good thing when you're all of those things. Lack of sense of humor. A lot of people used to tell me, like, when you don't laugh at anything, I'm like, it's not funny to me. Because I was always in the business mindset. I'm always super busy, and a lot of stuff wasn't funny to me. Another one, muscle tension. These are the physical symptoms of Superwoman Syndrome. You're having muscle tension. Your body is telling you, slow down, stop. You need rest. Stomach and abdominal pain, muscle spasms, skin irritation. Your body starts to change and give you signs that maybe it's time for you to let some stuff go. I had to go through this realization. I used to have the muscle spasms, legs cramping up and stuff. The last few months I haven't because I started realizing I'm doing too much. It's time to let some stuff go. It's time to relinquish some duties to someone else. I don't have to do everything in my business when I can have help. Sweating when you're not active. Your body will get worked up and you're not even active. You're sitting there and people was like, oh, I have hot flashes. No, it's not hot flashes. Your body is just giving you a sign that you need to rest. Shortness of breath, unable to sleep or excessive sleeping. Because you can go into depression and sleep a lot, and then you're not sleeping enough. Your mind is always constantly going. I had that issue where I don't get more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep because my mind is constantly going because all I want to do is work. You're overwhelmed, struggle to get out of bed, eat, sleep, or care for your child. People would write that off as, oh, you're depressed, stuff like that. No, that's not you're being depressed. That's just your body is done. Your body is shot. Your body is telling you, chill out, give it a break. Signs that you are a superwoman: you strive for perfection. You need to feel accomplished. So you're always doing all this stuff, getting all these degrees and stuff because you need that accomplishment for validation. You can't say no. You're always the yes friend. Every time somebody comes to you for something, you're always like, yeah, I'll do it, even though it's stretching yourself. You're a people pleaser. You feel you can do it all. Sorry about that, it's my computer. You seek attention. You're a good person, but you're duty oriented and you're very responsible. Don't those all sound like good qualities of a woman? I wanted to point this out because a lot of people suffer from this syndrome, and it's a real diagnosis. There's a lot of people that go to therapy for Superwoman Syndrome because at some point you will burn out, and sometimes that burnout is not in a good way. Sometimes that show up in your life as chaos, unorganized, you all over the place, stressed, depressed, can't eat, sleep. You abandon your duties as a mom, a parent. A lot of those things are not healthy. So when you see someone that's going through all those symptoms and stuff, it's not that they have an issue. It's just like they do need to work on them, focusing on them and being able to just relieve some of that weight that's on their shoulder. Some people don't have the option, especially I see this a lot in single moms, where they don't have another option for someone else to take care of their kids for them so they can get a break. They don't have the option to work just one job, and that job is an easy job. A lot of single moms work on multiple jobs, have multiple streams of income, have all these backup plans because they can't fail because they are all that their child have. So I wanted to bring this to light because specifically I work with women to unveil the mask, because you're putting on this thing as a strong woman. Every strong woman wants someone else to be strong for them at some point. So I want you to be able to lean on me, for me to be that strong person for you, so to help you build and fix whatever it is that your mindset is telling you. You have to do all this stuff. You have to accomplish all this stuff. You have to work all the time. This kid, sorry, that's my son. So I want to strip down the walls of that strong woman, and I'll be strong for you while you work on yourself. So I help them identify what type of Superwoman Syndrome they are. There's 4 different types of Superwomen, and that one I will discuss tomorrow. Like, what is your superpower? Because there's 4 different types. I'll just explain to you what are the 4 types, and then I'll break them down tomorrow and how each type affect each person. So there's the boss lady, there's the mama bear, there's the nightingale, and there's the gypsy girl, which is the free spirit girl. So I'll go into more detail about those syndromes and how they affect and show up in that person's life, both physically, health-wise, and mentally. So you can notice and identify which type of superwoman you are. I'm also going to help you identify the changes you need to make to overcome the syndrome and control it, because it could take control of your whole life, your mind, everything, and it's not good for your health. I help women learn to express themselves and their thoughts, feelings, and their beliefs. Thank you, Paula, for joining. And get rid of that need of perfection, because perfection will eat you up. You would second guess everything in life. You would be stuck for so long when you're trying to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. There is no perfect person. So that's what I help them do, self-care, because part of the Superwoman Syndrome is not taking care of yourself. That's why it affects people physically, mentally, emotionally, and I help them get back to them. Discover who they are, target the specific things that affect each different syndrome, and get rid of that need to always do everything for everyone. Unless it's your job and you're getting paid for it, you do not have to be everything for everyone. And even if it's your job, you need to be getting paid per job title and duty. But that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. That's part of my Superwoman Syndrome program. I will be starting a waiting list for that program. It don't start until May. But I'm just educating you guys on what a superwoman is and how that syndrome affects us. So I'm doing a 3-part series. So this is part 1. I forgot to add part 1. I'll edit the video after, but this is part 1. Part 1 is unveiling what Superwoman Syndrome is, and just giving you guys a little more education on how superwomen show up and how to identify different symptoms of someone being a superwoman. Tomorrow I'll go into detail on the 4 different types of superwomen, so that you guys can be able to tell me which superwoman are you, because it's good to identify which one you are, because that's the only way I'll be able to help you with a solution to being able to start with fixing those syndromes. So I'll explain more about each of the different ones tomorrow. And then the next day tomorrow is going to be the Superwoman Syndrome, like, what is your superpower? And Thursday is going to be who's keeping you. So we'll talk about some things like who's strong for you when you need to be weak. And that's pretty much about your village. Y'all know it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to keep a mom from going insane as well. You need your village, your backup team, the people that's there for you when you want to be vulnerable and weak. So that's what we'll talk about on Thursday. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you are interested in hopping on a call, I did put my link for my schedule to be able to schedule a free 45-minute breakthrough session. You can either message me and I'll send you my intake form, or you can schedule on my planner. I have some openings for next Monday and Tuesday. I haven't started booking yet. But we can have a discussion about the Superwoman Syndrome program that I have. I'm starting a waiting list. I'm thinking of starting a group early. I do have someone that's starting today in this program because she's a returning client from I Am My Sister's Keeper. So this is the next program up. But I definitely will have a conversation with you so that you can be on that list to be able to start when I do launch the program officially. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. My baby want to say bye.
Bye.
That's Dacian, you guys.
Yeah,
and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.